Hi, it's Steve Sorensen, Phillips Chevrolet in Frankfort, Illinois. I just sold this Corvette to some people out of state, and I prepared a little video for them on how to work everything on it, a little demonstration video. So I'm going to just go through and do a demo. If I make any mistakes, don't blast me on YouTube, but I'll do my best to show you what I know. I'm still learning every day a little bit more about the car, so here's the video. Alright, here's the new Corvette you just bought. I want to just go around the car and show you a little bit what's happening with it. You have a Z51 Corvette. This is basically the one that's built for the racetrack. You have the Z51 tires on here. You go from a 12.6 inch brake rotor to a slotted 13.6, and these are your Brembo brakes with 6 pistons in them. And you've got the ceramic brake pads in here. Now, one thing I want you to know about this car, you're going to go through brakes about every 15,000 miles, even though you're just driving around the city here. So, great stopping power. Comes with the Michelin, I believe they call them the Pilot Super Sport tires or whatever. They're basically a summer tire. And one thing I want you to know, I don't want you driving these things when it's cold outside, because they're so hard that if you drive them when the tire's freezing, it'll actually crack the side of the tire. So there's a tire temperature gauge in the car that'll basically tell you when your tires are frozen. If they're frozen, don't even roll your car. So keep it warm, drive it only in nice days. It's just for durability, the life of the tire, and for your own safety. The Z51 has a couple different nose options, or it has a different nose option than the non-Z51. Underneath this is there's an air dam that goes across the entire front end of this car when it's a non-Z51. But for a different aero package, the Z51 basically keeps this aero package open right here, and it has little fins in the back that catches the air and brings in to cool these brakes off. These are LED lights, okay? This is where the air comes out from cooling your brakes off, because I'm sure you're going to be hot rodding it around, Michelle. So, this vent right here is going to be inactive. It's basically here for aesthetic purposes only, because you have a automatic transmission in your car. If it was a manual transmission, this vent right here would basically cool off your electronic slip differential, your limited slip differential. And since it's incorporated with the automatic transmission, which the transmission gets hot because of the torque converter, that whole cooling system is incorporated into one, and that system is cooled off by the vent on the top of the left quarter panel over here. So, since we're in the back of the car here, I want to show you. These vents down here are basically to release air out of your cabin when you close the doors or when you close the tailgate. All right. These vents right here are basically for aesthetic purposes only. They have no purpose. Now, if you ever lock yourself, if your battery ever runs dead in your car and you can't walk up to the door and use the electric door release, your battery's dead, there's no power to release the car, how do you get in your car? What you do is you take your remote, and there's a little button right on this remote. And I want you to push it, and I want you to pull this apart. And inside the key fob, there's a little key. And down, what you do is you go down underneath here, and you put it in this slot right here. And what you do is you turn it. And what it does is it pops your trunk, your little hatch. And then what you do is you come over to this little lever right here, and you pull it, and it unlocks your door. It opens your door for you. So now you can get in the car. All right. So that's how you get in case your battery's dead in your car. Now, this particular Corvette that you have has 2 different tops. You've got your regular, you've got your carbon fiber top on this, which is really cool. It's a lot of people are getting those, which is sharp. Then you also have the little see-through one for in the summertime if you want to put this on. So you got 2 different tops. To get this out, here, let's put the key back in here. To get this out, what you want to do is you just want to lift these things up. It just pops up. Just lift up, and it'll lift out, okay? So there's a couple little slots in the front nose over here and over here. You can kind of see where that little lip is right there. And Amy, if you want to come around here, you could probably get a view of this little slot that's under here. there's a little slot right there. That finger is right there, okay? That goes back into this slot. You hook it in there, and then you just gently push it down and it's locked. So if you guys want to, wrap this in a blanket. When you're not going to use it, put it inside of your garage, and then you're going to have this whole area in the back. There's also going to be a net under here that you can put here. Where does it go here? There's a net that hooks up in here, and then that little front step's right there, so you're going to have a little privacy area right back in here. Underneath here is going to be your front license plates if you need to put a front license plate down where you're at. You can have that put on when you get down there. All you need to do is, here's where it goes. The net goes here, there, and there if you want. Here, 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 and here. You can put your privacy net in here. Instead of grabbing the top of this, you can grab here, slam down, and just push it down like that. All right. So, put fuel in the car. 91 octane or better, because it's a LT1 V8. You've got 460 horsepower, 465 pounds of torque, because you've got the performance exhaust. So what you do to put fuel in it, the old Corvettes, you used to have a fuel window or a fuel door, a little switch to open up the door. All you need to do is push this here, and it's a capless fuel system. So when you go in and you put the nozzle in, make sure you get through this first door and get through the second door that's in there, okay? So now if you run out of gas and you need to use a gas can to get in here, if you just put the gas can in here, it's gonna flood all over. So what you gotta do, in your glove box, there's gonna be this, all right? This is an adapter you use in case you ever run out of gas. And what you do is you put this in through the first door and through the second door. So now you can put gas in your car. It opens up that second door in there. So it's just a capless gas system. So this will be in your glove box. So just don't run it out of fuel. You'll be all right. 91 octane or better to get the best performance out of it, okay? If you're in the car and you lose power for some odd reason, say you get in an accident or something like that, and the battery, you have no power to get out, and this electronic release is not working here. Pull this little red lever right here. Right there. This is your emergency unlock right there. That's gonna open up your door. Just pull that up and it releases your door over here. Okay. Lights are set to come on automatically. There's a little bulb up here in the dash. It's gonna show you how dark the car is. Okay. And your lights are gonna come on automatically. Now, when you're setting your seats, here's what I want you to do. When you're setting your seats, position it where you want it. Okay. You've got a power tilt, okay, you can put that where you want it. Get your seat to where you're comfortable. Then what I want you to do is for the first person that's going to be the primary driver, I want you to hold this button. Well, I want you to hold set, 1, and this at the same time. Look, it beeped. Okay, so now if I go to the second position, which was already preset by somebody, I push and hold 1. It takes me right back where I was. So if I go up here, move the seat forward a long ways, put the seat back all the way up. All right, I'm gonna push this. Now I'm gonna push set 2 and this at the same time. It beeps there. So now, first driver gets in, moves me back where I was. You gotta hold it, push and hold it, and then hold the 2 in, push me back where I was at. One's more comfortable, so. Let's put this back in the glove box. All right, so that's how that works. To open your hood, lever's right here. Right here somewhere. There it is, okay? This is how you exit the door. That's your power release and your door unlock. I'll show you how to work all this other stuff in here. Yeah, I'm getting old. It's hard to get in and out of these things. Carbon fiber hood, very, very light. It's like butter, very light. Underneath your hood, you're looking at an LT1 V8, 460 horsepower performance exhaust, like I said earlier. This is going to be your air extractor right here. What this is designed for is to help keep downforce in the front of your car at high speeds. Okay, you're going to get about 29 miles to a gallon in this car. It's the best fuel economy of any vehicle over 400 horsepower. So it's pretty efficient little V8. It's got 6-speed automatic. This over here on your Z51, this is the only thing different on the Z51 to the other cars, the non-Z51, is this system right here. This is a dry sump oil reservoir for you right here. And what happens is in the Z51, when you're going around a racetrack, the oil's sloshing around the engine. And if it gets to a side, these new engines basically don't have splash plates in them. They have basically specific areas where they lubricate the engines inside. So they always want to have a reservoir of oil to be able to provide the oil pressure to lubricate this engine when it's going. So when you're driving around a racetrack and you're pulling 1.3 Gs, which is the cornering capacity of this car, you have a reservoir of oil to make sure that that oil doesn't slosh around on the side where there's no oil getting pumped in to lubricate the engine. So this in the Z51 is an oil reserve for racetracks, basically. Put the hood down. I'd go in here in the middle and just, you're good to go. All right. The mirrors. When you get out of the car, you want to go shopping, and you don't, you're obviously going to park it away from everybody. But these mirrors do fold in. You can fold them in like that. All right. I'm going to open up the garage door, and we'll get inside. And I'll show you how to work everything in the inside. So take a little break.